You know, for a movie about the Great Wall, great isn't a word I would use to describe it. Hello, Fanatics! I'm Dylan Phillips, and this is the Film Fanatic Review bringing you The Great Wall with Matt Damon, Tian, Jing, and Pedro Pascal. First, we'll tell you our initial thoughts and what the movie is about. Then I'll move on to some spoiler-free likes and dislikes. I'll finish up with our spoiler-heavy thoughts on this film and our final word. Overall, this movie is like a snowball rolling downhill, gaining in both speed and momentum, until it hits a pile of manure, and yet it keeps going. The Great Wall is about European mercenaries who are searching for black powder in the east when they become entangled in a battle to defend the Great Wall of China from a horde of giant-ass Komodo dragons. For what I liked about this film, I will say Matt Damon was typical Matt Damon, in which he gave us a very charismatic performance. However, the two standouts in this film are Tian and Pedro Pascal. The cinematography and visuals in this film are absolutely stunning, with some action sequences that are very reminiscent of the Siege of Helm's Deep in the Two Towers, as well as the final battle of King Arthur. I absolutely love the organization of the Nameless Order in this movie, particularly the fact that they even went down to color coordinating the factions of this army, because it showed a civilized and organized East compared to the mercenaries of the West. As for what I disliked, I found the monsters to be a little bit subpar. The CGI Komodo dragon iguana things were just a little too awkward for my taste, and it lacked variety. The dialogue and characters are not good in this film, as it starts to rely heavily on the relationships between them in the second act, and it slowly drags to a halt as you see these relationships become forced more than anything. But the worst part of this film? Matt Damon's accent. I couldn't tell if half of the time he was trying to be Brendan Gleeson or Brendan Fraser. And that's where I'll end my spoiler-free thoughts on this film. If you want to hear our final word or rating of this film, pause now and click the link in the description, because now it's time for spoilers. First off, I'll start by saying that I believe that Willem Dafoe's character was absolutely unnecessary for this film, as he didn't really add anything to the interesting bits of the story. I believe that they only added him to help boost the Hollywood presence in this film by adding another big-name star. As for the issue of whitewashing in this film, I will say that if you watch this movie, you'll see that this isn't the case. A lot of people suspected that Matt Damon was playing some prophesized hero that would save all of China, when in reality he's brought in organically like Marco Polo. One thing that I did find really cool about this film was the siege weapons that they had, and especially the advanced tech that the Chinese were using. I really enjoyed the scene where you saw the slits in the wall open up and you saw these giant scissors just chopping the Taote in half. Despite the long and dragging final two-thirds of this film, there were two scenes that I thoroughly enjoyed. I love the entire wall sequence. That whole siege atmosphere is something very reminiscent of The Lord of the Rings, so it was very gratifying for me to see something on such a big scale again on screen. The other scene that I liked is when Matt Damon jumps down in front of the wall into the mist, where he has to listen for the whistle arrows that are attached to the Taote. It sounded very cool with the whistles going around him, but at the same time it was such an intense and action-packed scene. So, with the thoughts heard, here's my final word. The Great Wall is a good fantasy adventure, but it isn't a great film. It has some great action spectacle in it, but it lacks the characters and dialogue needed to support a film of this scale. This movie had so much potential, and it showed a lot of promise until about half an hour into the film, so I'm going to give The Great Wall a 5.5. Thanks everybody for watching our review. Are you planning on seeing The Great Wall? Or if you've already seen it, do you have something to add? What did you think of this fictitious take on the Great Wall of China? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and this has been the Film Fanatic Review. If you like this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest Fanatic 5 video where we discuss the top Keanu Reeves films. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.